You're listening to Jenna Queeries on 100.5 FM, CFRO, Vancouver's Cooperative Radio. And joining us now is Edette Gagne, the music director of Out in Harmony, and Jan Altshool, who is a board member and member of the choir. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Let us know what you do and let us know your pronouns.
My name is Edette, she, her, and I am thrilled to be starting my second season as the music director of Out in Harmony. Largely my job every week is to gather the forces, warm up the voices, teach some music, have a great time, and we prepare for two concerts each year, one in January and one in June, and they're sort of thematically grouped. So that's kind of my groove in the organization. What about you, Jan?
My name is Jan, and I am also, the pronouns are she and her. I started in the choir in 2014. I am now a board member and loving singing with a fabulous group of folks. I love that Edette is returning for the second year. We've had a couple of different conductors while I've been here. And one thing that's been in common are laughs and good times. And you can't beat that. It's when you're doing something on your own time, you want it to be fun and you want to leave smiling. And that's something we get with Edette and with others.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I understand you have your first rehearsal coming up.
We do on the 26th. And here's the really cool thing about Out in Harmony. You don't need to audition. You don't even need to warn us that you want to come and check us out and sing with us. You just show up on the 26th. I'll find a spot for you in the room. We'll hand you some music. We'll have a good time. And you don't even have to sign up the first day. You can come for a couple of rehearsals and decide if you like it.
There's more to that. You don't have to read music either. And really, you don't have to carry a tune. If you're worried you can't carry a tune, come anyway. Edette will help place you if you're completely clueless. Come and have a good time. Singing is good for the soul.
One of our taglines is come find your voice.
Jan, you mentioned you've been part of the choir for about a decade, and it started quite a bit before then. And I'm just wondering if you can talk a little bit about the history.
It did. In 1990, Vancouver hosted the Gay Games. And at the time, a woman, an unnamed woman from Denver, sent out invitations to queer groups from all the cities that had participants coming to the Gay Games, looking for people who wanted to sing, asking them to come a week before the Gay Games started, to have a week of practice time. And 250 people showed up. From that 250 people, there were a few locals. And I got a few names from one of the original people in our choir. So these included a man named Gary Baines, David Reed, and Art. Sorry, I don't know his last name, and a few others. After the Gay Games were over, this group decided to run with the idea, and they pulled together the Vancouver Lesbian and Gay Choir. That first year, there were 90 people in the choir. The second year, there were still so many people, they went to a music festival called Unison in Denver, where they received a standing ovation. So it's been in existence ever since then. We've had different conductors, we've had some different pianists, but we've got a number of people who have been off and on with us since the inception. And that goes back to how much people enjoy being in this choir and like one another.
Yeah, so it sounds very informal, very casual, very fun.
We still work hard. Don't get me wrong. We still work hard, right, Jan?
We work hard, and for our concerts, we're told that we have to actually wear clothes.
Yeah.
Which is something that when I used to square dance, you really didn't have to if you didn't want to. For choir, we are really encouraged to wear something.
Something. It's true. And I actually, when I was interviewed and they gave me this history, and I was just so touched when they said, well, we decided we needed to be more inclusive. So we changed the name to Out in Harmony. I just loved it. That's so awesome.
And especially back in 2010 to have an organization be very forward and willing to do that unprompted. It's really good to see. So you mentioned you have practices. You have your rehearsal on the 26th here. What events do you normally go to? What concerts and what can people expect?
We have a concert in January. This year, it's called Whatever the Weather. So, if it ain't raining men, I'm not doing a good job. And the year-end concert is in June. and that one's called Colorful. So that's this year's themes. Around those concerts, we also tried to do some outreach. And so the week after our January concert, we're booked to go and sing out at UBC in the Pretty Pavilion and bring some music to those folks. We were actually going to go there tomorrow, but they had a bit of an outbreak. So we're keeping everybody safe and going in January. I love it when the peeps get together on Commercial Drive and they just sing some Christmas music just cuz. And we do other outreaches as well.
Yeah. And you're also a charitable organization, right?
We are a not-for-profit. We also have a sliding scale because we would rather people came and sang regardless of their financial ability than to say, sorry, I can't afford to come. So you have to pay $5 membership. And then there's a suggested monthly fee, but it is suggested because, again, we would rather you came whether or not you have the money to spend for something like a fun choir.
So how do you find out about us? We have a Facebook page, which Jan is one of the people who contributes there. And we also have a website, outinharmony.org.
Awesome. Yeah. And I notice a lot of other choirs, they have the kind of fee for showing up. And that's, no one's getting rich off this. It's, you need to pay for a hall, you need to pay for a pianist and do all that normal stuff. So outinharmony.org?
Outinharmony.org. Where it says rehearsals are held every Tuesday from 7:30 till 9:30. It's actually 7:15, and that needs a little updating.
Okay.
So yeah, come and join us. Show up at 7, introduce yourself, meet some people, make yourself a name tag, and come and sing.
Yeah, and when again is your first rehearsal?
September 26th.
1530 East 22nd Avenue, corner of Dumfries. It's a block in from Knight and Kingsway.
Okay. Yeah, very East fan.
St. Margaret's Cedar Cottage Anglican Church. People of all abilities are welcome in our choir. The entry is level. There is a washroom on the main floor with easy access handles. We have had a number of people in wheelchairs and motorized chairs in the past. Anybody is welcome to join us.
All right. Well, thanks so much. That was Edette and Jan from Out in Harmony.